sir? Okay.
Mike.
The meeting will come to order. Council agenda, Township Parsippany-Troy Hills Township Council agenda meeting of May 3rd, 2016.
Posting of notice. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Law by filing the notice in the office of the Township Clerk and by posting the meeting notice on the bulletin board at the Municipal Building on December 17, 2015, where it has remained posted since that date. A legal notice appeared in the Daily Record on December 22nd, 2015, and the North Star Ledger on December 24th, 2015, and was forwarded by fax to the local newspapers and local radio stations on December 17th, 2015. No council meetings are videotaped and aired on Cablevision Public Access Channel 21 at 11 o'clock a.m. on Sundays and are also available for viewing at www.parsippany.net.
All right, stand for flag salute. Mr. Fluso.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Carriffy?
Here.
Ms. Grignani?
Present.
Mr. Peluso?
Present.
Mr. Valori?
Here.
Also in attendance are Mayor James Barbario, Business Administrator Ellen Sandman, Chief Municipal Financial Officer Ann Cucci, Township Attorney John Inglesino, and Township Clerk Colette Madden. Mr. President, we have a quorum. You may begin.
Thank you. Our next upcoming meetings are May 17th, 2016. That'll be at 7:30 p.m. That will be our regular meeting. The next one beyond that would be June 7th, 2016 at 7:30 p.m. And that will be our agenda meeting, which I believe that we're going to be moving that particular meeting.
Yes, the June 7th meeting will be moved to the Wednesday or Thursday. We've yet to determine, so we're going to determine. It's up to you guys. I thought we decided on Wednesday.
Okay.
So it will be June 8th,
June
the day
8th.
after the election. The reason it's being rescheduled is because that's the day of the election.
Okay, great. And obviously, if there's any other changes, we'll put that out to the public.
Yeah, any changes will be posted on the website.
Okay. Approval of minutes, I see none. For resolution in support of Senate Bill 2983 and Assembly Bill 4543. And
I'd like to ask if the clerk can draw up a resolution for that to support the Class 3 officers, please.
Yes, no problem. And that's just a resolution of the, well,
We do.
we have a resolution that supports the Class 3 special officers.
We do.
So all this was really just a letter that was written to the senator showing that the township was in support of that. So what we can do is we can send a letter to the senator as
Yes,
well,
please.
showing that we have that resolution.
That's good.
That'd be great. Thank
okay,
you.
great. Presentations, Mayor, anything, sir?
Nothing tonight.
Okay. Ellen?
I'm just going to pass out the statement that shows you the budget presentation list
Okay, great.
for this schedule, May 10th. Sorry, I couldn't. Did you
Okay.
pass it down there?
Great. John, is there anything that you'd like to put out?
Not an open session.
Okay. So we'll be having closed session later on.
Yes.
Okay. And Ann, anything that you'd like to report?
No, just as it comes up. Okay.
Great. Okay. Okay, great. Khalid, anything to report?
No report.
Any reports from any of the committees that the council members are assigned to? Anything to report?
None.
No reports given.
Loretta?
No.
Good. Paul? No. All right, great. Bids to be taken, April 21st, 2016, supply of bauxite for the wastewater treatment plant. April 27th, 2016, the FEMA House Elevation Project Phase 6. Bids for 2716, reconstruction of Glen Cove Road and Medford Road. To be taken, none. Quotations, proposal, and qualifications. April 28th, 2016, fireworks display service. We're going to move over to the public hearing portion. I'd like to entertain a motion to open up the public hearing.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Karifi, second by Mr. Paluso. My allergies are killing me. Roll call.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Mr. Paluso?
Yes.
Mr. Valori?
Yes. Anybody from the public like to come forward? I was gonna say that was gonna be the first. Okay. Thank you, Pat. Pat, can you just speak up a little bit? My allergies are really bothering me so.
That's all.
I think it's on. You just gotta really speak into it. He's gonna.
No, it's not.
It's been working well, that particular thing.
Dead on just a few questions. Again, whether or not we have made any payment on the resolution for the attorney's fees for Mr. Karifi. I asked last week about Trimble Gallant and the week before Lavery. Never saw their names come back up to be re-elected. So are they still with us? Are they at holdovers? Are we just not going to vote on it? The status on the responsible bidder resolution. Still a problem with the Bank of America with the traffic, and now leaving a mess up there also. And second is, do we have any worries or concerns regarding the lead found in the schools? Should the homeowners be concerned?
With the lid.
Well, you know, when you're finished.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And if we have the budget meeting dates? Cool.
Pat, are you done with your questions?
Wait, sorry.
It's okay.
They're made-
Now I can hear that, I'll tell you that. Pat, what was the concern, what was going on with the Bank of America?
When they pull off traffic on this side of the road, people are still complaining that they can't get around safely, and they're not cleaning up all the mess they're supposed to be cleaning up, the dirt and stuff,
We sent what?
and the covering on the fence is a little.
Because I know it's up by your house there, so they're,
Yeah, we've sent police down there and all that kind of stuff. I'll give you an update on it.
okay, so there's a lot going on over there?
Yeah, there is.
Okay. And she brought up a good point here, any issues with the lead in,
Well, most of that is
Town hall building?
I spoke to our, it's not the houses, it's not the actual water. From what I understand, it's the pipes that were put in place when the schools were built. They used a solder that had lead in it.
oh, really?
So what happens is, from what I understand, is if the water's running, you probably won't have any lead.
Oh, it's when
the
it's
water
sitting.
sits, and then
Oh.
and that's how they initially do the testing, and that's when they find out if there's lead. So they got to change. From what I understand, I haven't spoke to the school board recently, but I will speak to our director of the water, which is Kevin Ryan, and what the process is to repair all that.
Wow.
I believe you spoke to the health officer, though.
Yeah, and I spoke to the health officer as well, Carlo DeLizia, and he said that he's been working with the Board of Education with regard to the situation that they have and how they're going to remedy it.
So it's the original infrastructure they put in, I guess, the
Yeah, and the
piping?
ones that are testing the schools are pretty old. I mean,
Yeah,
Eastlake School, that's like, when I first went there in
that was one of the original schools.
2000.
Okay,
No, I'm only kidding. When I went there in 1966, so
wow, yeah,
that's,
That's all.
they're all,
I was the first class in it, so.
so they're working on that issue now?
Yeah, they're gonna work on it, but that's more of a school board issue than a town issue, but we do assist them in any way we can.
Okay. Is there any problems with our infrastructure here, Ellen?
No, in fact, when the mayor met with Carl, we also, I spoke to Jim, not Jim, I always do that, Kevin Ryan, and he said they've been working closely with them, but when we spoke, there was nothing for us to be concerned
Oh,
about.
that's
the
good to hear.
municipality, yeah.
Okay, great.
Ellen, when is the next water quality report coming out?
We got the one, and I believe you got that. If you didn't get it, I'll make sure that Ann gets it to you. We had requested, you know how we have a small part that comes in from the county?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that report didn't come in. So
Okay.
I believe the one report I thought was sent out. If it has not been, I'll make sure you get it,
I
get it
appreciate it.
again.
Thank you.
But
Pat,
we have contacted the county and asked again. They're on a little bit of a different schedule, but we'll get you that as well.
And what's the
Pat,
usual
the budget
schedule
hearing's
for
gonna be May 10th.
It's like a couple of months off from when we get ours, it seems to be.
Is there a
When we
certain
get some
point
time.
within the year? Is it 2 times a year?
At
that
4
report's
o'clock.
issued?
Basically, it's
gonna
once,
start at four.
my understanding, it's once a year, but we'll get that for you.
Once a year, the
Yes,
annual one? Okay,
yes.
thank you.
You know, you have to remind us, we're getting
Yeah.
old here.
Actually, is the status on responsible bidder resolution? Karifi, whether or not we're bidding on roads?
Yeah, Pat.
Yeah, she's just trying to remind us what the question is.
It's the same question.
Okay. I wasn't sure about the responsible bidder.
Responsible language, that's on hold right now.
Is that the
Yeah,
one?
Mr. Inglesino still,
Yeah.
he's been in contact with me on that.
Oh, that's when that was originally,
Yeah, he's
okay,
working on
okay.
it.
No, that she has.
We gave
You
that.
can get- There should be, Khalid, is there an extra copy?
Yeah, just take it.
Oh yeah, here you go, Pat.
Yeah, about the attorneys? I don't know what the.
For
On
what?
the attorneys?
Which one? I'm sorry.
Slavery.
Which one are you talking about, Pat?
No, there's just, again, we can assign out, I have the ability to assign out work to other lawyers.
I'm sorry.
I have the ability to assign out work to other lawyers per the ordinance, as has been discussed in the past.
So in the past, we've always had an ordinance, but this year we're not. That's what you're
No,
saying?
no, what happens is if the council's to vote down attorneys that I select, then the township attorney selects
Oh, no, I
by
understand
ordinance.
that, but they haven't even been turned down. They never even got-
Well, they don't have to be turned down under the ordinance, they just have the ability to do that.
But doesn't the mayor have to present it to the council?
No.
And the Karifi? Anybody taking that one up?
And what was the question again, Pat, in regards to?
Karifi, whether we made any reimbursements to his attorneys? Through the resolution that's passed on? If it's in limbo, just tell me it's in limbo, give me an answer, please. I think it's disgusting when a taxpayer can't find out where their tax dollars go.
The only thing I'd say, there's still a civil issue going on, so I can't go into detail about the
That's all
civil
you have
matter.
to say.
Okay,
You
I'm waiting for everybody.
acknowledge me. Thank you.
There's other members up here, I was seeing if they were gonna say anything. Okay, thank you, Pat.
Sitting there for days.
Hi, Katie Cassidy, 7 Stephen Terrace.
Hello, Katie.
Hi. So I went to the Board of Education meeting this past week, and they did bring up the water issue. They're currently waiting on information from the testing company. They had not given any specifics on whether or not they were looking to redo the infrastructure or not. They did indicate that the town water is fine. And so it does sound very congruent with what you're saying. I feel like communication between this board and the administration and the Board of Ed should definitely be amplified because, you know, this is something that they are currently discussing. They were also looking into putting water filters in. A PTA group wanted to donate one of those water filters for like the water bottle fill-up stations, which I had at my university. They're great because they are a filtration system in addition to a water fill-up, so you're cutting down on the amount of plastic water bottles. The problem is each unit is expensive, and then you also have the externalities in terms of the filter replacement. So that's something that they would consider doing on a large scale. But that's something that sounds very expensive to me and sounds like it would cost a lot on the taxpayers. They also presented their budget at that meeting. In their revenues, they were talking about taking money from their standing accounts. Now, I personally feel like a revenue is something that should be generated, not something that should be pulled from a separate account. Granted, I'm no financier, so I don't know exactly how that works. But it sounds to me like there's a lot going on there that the public doesn't know much about, but also you guys need to know more about, because we need you guys to make sure that they're in check, because 87% of their budget came from taxpayer dollars, and then another 2%, which they didn't include in that 80%, came from taxpayer dollars in a whole nother subcategory. And it's just, there needs to be some kind of oversight, and I would really appreciate if you guys would start really getting involved in that, because I'm concerned. Thank you.
Let me
Thank you.
respond to one thing, Council President. We have been in contact with the water issue and the lead. Our water department, superintendent, our health department, we've been working hand in hand with them. I don't think it needs to be amplified because it's where it should be as of right now. When it comes to the school board budget and the township budget, as you know, we're autonomous from each other. And the only time I believe that the council, which I know for a fact gets involved, would be if a Board of Education budget went down, but they don't vote on it through referendum anymore. So it's a little bit different as of maybe 2-3 years ago. The laws have changed. You can make recommendations we can make recommendations, but that's not what this, elected body was elected to do. You have two bodies. You have the Board of Education body, and that's the one you should go to when it comes to the taxes for the school board. It shouldn't be, the onus shouldn't be on the township council members and administration, because they have their own board, they have their own elected officials. That's just my opinion. And we do try to work with them and share services that make sense to the township and make sense to the school board as well. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public would like to come forward? Sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I just want to publicly thank Katie. You know, we come here and share our Tuesday evenings together, and it's nice that when someone from the audience here sends us flowers and says thank you. So I wanted to thank you for your thank you.
I didn't get flowers.
Well, there you
Thank
go.
you.
It was the Administrator's Day, Mayor. You get it on another day, I'm sure.
Thank you again. It was very kind of you.
All right, I see nobody else wants to come.
Oh, come on, Pat, you brought us cookies one time.
All right, before we get carried away here, I'd like to entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Make a motion.
Motion made by Mr. Karifi, second by Mr. Plusso. Roll call.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Mr. Paluso?
Yes.
Mr. Valori?
Yes. Under ordinances, statutes of adopted ordinances, ordinance number 2016:06. That was adopted on April 19th, 2016. There was mayoral action on the 21st, 2016, and the effective date was May 11th, 2016. We have ordinance number 2016:07. That was adopted on April 19th, 2016. Mayoral's action was on April 21st, 2016, and the effective date was May 11th, 2016. The second reading of the public hearing. Take some time to review that real quickly. We have ordinance 2016-08, 09, 10, and ordinance 2016:11. Any question or concerns? All right, we'll move to the introduction. Mr. Paluso.
Ordinance 2016:12, an ordinance of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills, County of Morris, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 430 zoning article XXXIX, administration and enforcement of the code of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills. Be it resolved that the above ordinance be introduced, read by title, and passed on first reading at a meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills held on May 3rd, 2016, and said ordinance be further considered for second reading and final passage at a meeting to be held on June 7, 2016 at 7:30 p.m. prevailing time or as soon thereafter as the matter has been reached at the municipal building in the said township, at which time all persons interested shall be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance. Be it further resolved that the clerk be authorized and directed to advertise said ordinance with the notice of introduction thereof being published in the official newspaper according to law. Motion to approve the above resolution.
Motion made by Mr. Paluso,
Second by Grignani.
second by Mr. Grignani. Roll call.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani? I'm sorry?
June 7th to June 8th, get the change in the resolution?
You don't, yeah, you're gonna have
We
to
don't know
change
what day
it
we're having the meeting though, right?
It's gotta be June 8th.
So make it June 8th?
Make it June 8th?
Okay,
Okay, we'll amend the meeting to be held on June 8th.
okay. Motion
Okay.
made by Mr. Paluso, second by Mr. Grignani. Roll call?
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Mr. Paluso?
Yes.
Mr. Valori?
Yes.
Okay, 4 votes, motion passes.
All right.
Resolution 2016-099, resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills, authorizing the township to submit an application for 2016 Community Development Block Grant funding. Motion by myself.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Creepy, second by Mr. Paluso. Roll call?
Sorry, Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Mr. Paluso?
Yes.
Mr. Valori?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Great. We're going to skip over to the consent agenda. And we're going to come back to that one.
Yeah, this one has to be discussed in closed session prior to approval.
Great. So we'll skip over to consent agenda. We have the resolutions. Take some time to review that real quick. Applications, none. And do you want to go to closed session now then?
Yes.
Okay.
Resolution, whereas the Open Publics Meeting Act, Public Law 1975, Chapter 231, permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas the Township Council is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, and whereas the Township Council wishes to discuss litigation matters, and whereas minutes will be kept confidential, and once the matter involving confidentiality of the above no longer requires confidentiality, the minutes will be made public. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills that the public be excluded from this meeting. Motion to adjourn into closed session by myself.
Yeah, and if I can just add, Mr. Karifi, the specific matters that will be discussed in closed session are listed in the resolution. We would add to that the Blumenfeld matter that is referenced on page 5 of the agenda under number 2 of resolutions.
Motion made by Mr. Creepy,
Second by Grignani.
second by Ms. Grignani. Roll call?
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Mr. Paluso?
Yes.
Mr. Valori?
Yes.
Well, that's back anyway. Yeah, let's do that second.
John, you're going back for, got a couple of things, right? 2 or 3 items back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then one where we can get out.
Yeah,
Then Dennis
okay.
is here. It doesn't involve us. Again, I'll come out.
Okay.
Did he call
Let me
me?
know when you're ready.
Oh, John's not here. No.
Well, I think we still have to vote on something, don't we?
Yeah, the resolution.
I have to do, hold on,
All right, we're ready.
hold on. I have to do,
Make a motion to reconvene.
so
Second.
moved. Oh, you moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Creepy, second by Mr. Paluso.
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Mr. Paluso?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes,
Mr. Valori?
Yes. Loretta?
yes.
Uh,
Resolution 2016-100, resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Parsippany, Troy Hills, authorizing a settlement agreement with Mary and J. Blumenfield. Motion approved by Loretta.
Motion made by Mrs. Grignani, second by
Second.
Mr. Creepy. Roll call?
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Mrs. Grignani?
Yes.
Mr. Paluso?
Yes.
Mr. Valori?
Yes.
4 votes, motion passes.
Great. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion made by myself, second by Mr. Creepy. Roll call?
Mr. Carriffy?
Yes.
Mr. Paluso?
Yes.
Ms. Grignani?
Yes.
Mr. Valori?
Yes.
Okay, meeting adjourned.
Everyone have a good night. Thanks for hanging out.
You waited that long for these 2-3 minutes.
Karaoke.
Karaoke.
We were told this was a boring meeting tonight. did good.